Welcome to Dave's Cooking Show, and for you today, we have a pepper steak and rice dish. As you can see here, I've got a pan of cast iron, and in it, I've got about a 1/4 inch deep of veg oil that I've been heating over a pretty generous heat. And we're going to start off with about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of sirloin steak that I have sliced up into about 1/2 inch strips, and just added a little salt and pepper to the steak. That's all I did before I put it in. But trust me, we're going to be adding some more spices to this. So to this, you just want to kind of stir it around until it gets seared on all sides, and then we'll be ready for the next step. And of course, I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper to this. Okay, now that we got pretty good coverage on the steak, again, we're going for about medium to medium well for doneness on the steak. Then you want to add 2 green bell peppers that I sliced up and 1 medium onion that I sliced up. And then you just want to give it a little bit of a stir around. And, yeah, just give these a couple minutes to cook. Obviously, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper for the veggies. All right, now it's time to add the spices, which is a teaspoon of Creole seasoning and a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then again another sprinkling of ye olde salt and pepper. All right, after you've gotten your spices all nice and incorporated, it's time to calm things down a bit. By the way, if I didn't mention it, I'm cooking all this on medium heat. And you want to add 1/2 cup of beef stock or beef broth, your choice. And after you get it incorporated and stirred around and all that stuff, you want to let this simmer for about 4 minutes. And simmering right along, but now you want to add a 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes and about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then you just want to stir this around, and once again, let it simmer for about another 4-ish or so minutes. If you're worried about the steak getting tough, don't worry. The acid in the tomato should tenderize it up a little bit. And there's that elusive soy sauce. And like I said, I kind of killed the heat at this point. Just going to let it kind of come down on its own and kind of sit there. Don't worry, it's still going to cook for several more minutes because it's in a blazing hot cast iron pan and all the shit in there is hot. So don't worry, you'll have enough residual heat to bring this over the line. All right, let's move on to the next step. Okie dokie. Now it's time. We're going to add the rice to this. If you want a measurement system, I guess it's about half the bowl. Just plain long grain rice. Nothing fancy. If you want to use basmati or jasmine, that'd be fine. And then a good old heaping ladle full of our pepper steaks and peppers and onions and that steak mix. And that's really it. Pepper steak and rice. Done.